So today I'm reviewing one of my personal favorite fragrances, which is called Ambre Sultan from Serge Lutens. So this is not quite a modern fragrance. It came out in 1994, I believe. And this is a very powerful unisex scent, primarily amber and resins and kind of balsamic notes and things like that. So this is a very unique and intense fragrance. So I like to wear this for cold weather usually, and now that it's autumn going soon into winter, this is a really good option. So I'll put on just a little bit here. And there's not too many notes, but the notes that it does have, really, really good. Yeah, so the opening is very incensey, kind of smoky, very, very ambery, very, if you smell frankincense, it smells a little bit like that, and then it has those incense notes as well. The main notes that it has, amber, bay leaf, myrrh, which is very, very powerful in here, benzoin, sandalwood, vanilla, coriander, a bit of oregano, patchouli, angelica, myrtle, and just general resins. So this has it all. This is pretty much any type of resin you can think of is in Ambre Sultan. It is no joking around with this one. So what makes it unique is, I mean, in the title, it's extreme amber notes. Ambre Sultan. So this is, if you like amber in general, you'll like this, because amber is the primary note, then the myrrh comes along, gives it a little bit of an edge. And of course you have also the coriander, which gives it a touch of spice, not too much, but you know, kind of tingles the nose a little bit. Then you have the patchouli, which adds a little bit of greenness, a little bit of muskiness, and the myrtle, of course, along with the bay leaf, kind of an herbal note to it there. But still, primarily, despite some of those greener notes from, you know, plants and things like that, you're really getting resins. You know, the amber is super strong, the myrrh, the benzoin, and just the general resins that it has, super strong. I haven't smelled any other fragrance that has such strong resin notes, and I've smelled a lot of fragrances. The only one that comes close, I would say, is Shalimar by Guerlain, which is a little bit similar in terms of its intensity and its kind of exotic smell, but I would say Shalimar is more smoky, while Ambre Sultan, while it does have some smoky notes, it's more of a pure resin product, and that is a pretty distinct difference. You know, if you've ever had the chance to get, you know, chunks of resin like frankincense or something like that and burn it, it has a very unique smell compared to just incense alone or, you know, spices alone. So again, a very unique approach with this particular fragrance. And it does also have some things that smooth it out a little bit because it is a pretty intense fragrance. The vanilla mainly is a really nice touch for making sure that, you know, it's not too crazy, it smooths out a little bit, and then also along with the angelica, the myrtle, and things like that. So it's a very well balanced option. Now, it is technically unisex. However, I would say to the average woman, it's more on the masculine side of things. You know, when I smell this, I think of more, this is something a man would wear typically compared to a woman. I wear this because I just generally like, you know, resinous, heavy, spicy sort of fragrances. But it is a little bit more on the masculine leading side. So if you're used to light, floral, sweet fragrances, this is not quite in that vein. Besides that, this is a really versatile scent. It is, because it's so heavy, it's best still for colder weather, for the evening, that sort of thing. Wearing it and whether it's a bit too hot can be a little bit overwhelming, but otherwise it's really versatile. You could wear this during, you know, out to dinner, out even to get groceries, just, you know, walking around. It's a very, very pleasant fragrance. not for everyone because of its, very sturdy resin notes. But it is definitely kind of a mysterious fragrance, seductive, intense, again, is the word for this. It also reminds me a little bit of Taboo by Dana, which is a women's fragrance, but from the 1930s, when women's fragrances were very heavy, very smoky, and even masculine to today's standards. But it does have that similar extreme resin, incense, and a little bit of vanilla thrown in there. So also with the longevity, you can expect from this having such incredibly heavy notes, this is gonna last a while. I would say it's not a huge projector. It's not gonna last to infinity and beyond. I would say it's more of an 8-hour fragrance instead of like a 12-hour fragrance, but it's still very long lasting. It will definitely last either all day or all evening, whatever you want. And the projection is, it was moderate, I would say. I would say kind of an arm's length away on all sides of you, people will be able to detect it. Maybe even farther, depends, on where you are and how much you put on. If you put on a lot, you don't want to put on a lot because it is pretty intense, but the more you put on, of course, the wider the reach you're gonna have. Besides that, this is such a unique fragrance that it's just nice to wear, especially when you're going out in a crowd. You're going to a party, or you're going to the club, or anywhere where there's a lot of people. Most people are going to be wearing the basic things, Versace Aero, Still in Blue, the mainstream things. This is not so mainstream, especially since it's from the 90s. It's a little bit more on the niche side. So when you wear this, people will immediately notice you and pay attention because it's so different. This pure resin sort of thing is not, like I said, not very mainstream at the moment. So when you wear it, it's the game over. People are gonna immediately whip their head around and, be like, what are you wearing? So this is definitely a really good option if you want to make sure you're noticed, you want to attract attention, and positive attention, of course. And like I said, this fragrance kind of has it all. The resins, the strength, the smokiness, the mysterious nature of it, and of course the fact that it is very, very unique. So this is pretty much a good option if you want to try something different than what you've currently been wearing, especially if you've been wearing more mainstream things, if you want to kind of branch out a little bit. And of course it is a really good option if you just in general enjoy amber and resins. But that is pretty much all I have to say about Ambre Sultan from Serge Lutens. So hopefully you found this review helpful. If you did, make sure you leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I make videos throughout the week, so stick around for those.